Tweedledee and Tweedledum have a plan today. Here's what you can look forward to on today's Nice Guys on Business.
Oh, you upgraded me. I get it. I was thinking, is he expecting like a 20?
Right.
Expecting a couple of bucks. Are you looking to be greased?
A little something, for the effort.
Right,
nudge, wink, wink. Say no more, say no more.
Well, I'm going to go then. And I don't need any of this. I don't need this stuff. And I don't need you. I don't need anything. Except this ashtray. And this paddle game. The ashtray and the paddle game. And that's all I need. And this remote control. The ashtray, the paddle game, and the remote control. And that's all I need. And these matches. The ashtray, these matches, and the remote control and the paddle ball. I don't need one other thing. Not one. Except the Nice Guys on Business podcast. Need an education on how to grow your business? The Nice Guys are here to help. Learn about great customer service, networking, and how just being nice can help you prosper. Now, here are your hosts, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
Start recording right now. I have shit to tell everybody.
So are we recording our Tuesday and Thursday show now then? Or are we?
Sure. We can do a little bit of everything. We're good. We're good with doing it. There's so many things to talk about. Oh my God. So many things to talk about.
Yeah.
I got to turn my microphone level down. It's all the way down. What do I need to do?
All right. Hold on. Well, wait a minute. I got to turn my headset up. Oh,
Hold on.
We go. Now I can hear you better. Yes, you definitely need to turn your
I know.
mic up.
I heard in the last interview, I'm like overmodulating, and my mic is literally turned, so it must be, hold on, let me go.
Okay, so I think there's something in a Mac. I remember seeing this the other day.
I'm there.
There's like there's an internal gain that sets itself automatically.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
I think that's what happened.
I just turned it down.
Too hot.
Okay, so let's see how
that's
that
your
looks
Mac
now.
trying to help you again. It's just fucking everything up.
It's trying to help me. Hey, I must tell you that in the Midwest, is Idaho is Iowa in the Midwest?
I would consider it the Midwest.
Is it considered Midwest? No.
Is this like a show, or are we like, is this bonus material, or are we just like diving in and saying, let's just fucking go and have a show?
Well, we have so many things to cover. I think, we can't we do do we have to be organized and actually have a purpose? I guess we need that, right?
No, we don't have to, but I would just like to know. So if this is a show that I can say, welcome back, and introduce us.
Do that. Let's do that. Let's start at least properly. Let's let everybody know. We have many new listeners. Iowa is now our new favorite state. I think it's going to surpass either Washington, D.C., Baltimore, or
San Francisco.
Right, exactly.
That would be interesting. My name's Strickland Bonner. That's Doug Sandler on the other side of the microphone for those of you who don't know, since apparently we have a lot of new listeners from Iowa.
Well, I hope that they would know. I mean, proportionally to the state, what is it, per capita? Is that how you do it? What is it considered?
Per capita, right.
Okay, so if you were to determine the level of listeners to the Nice Guys on Business podcast to San Francisco, very small percentage, even though it's a very large percentage of our listenership. But if you were to examine the per capita in the population, the percentage of the population that actually listens to the Nice Guys on Business podcast in Iowa, it would be huge. I mean, you only have to have 4 listeners, right?
That was my argument with Australia that I made, probably 200 episodes ago, that confused you. Like I was trying to explain it, but I didn't explain it very well. Yeah. I basically said, hey, we only have about half as many listeners in Australia as we have in Canada, but Australia has like way fewer than half as many people as Canada. So like our per capita listener in Australia is much higher. So I think that's the same concept in Iowa. Our per capita listener in Iowa is, we need to jack it up.
And I put this to play. I figured, all right, let me take a half a dozen Nice Guys on Business podcast spinners with me because, I mean, proportionally, if 6 people take it, that would be skewing way too many towards Iowa, right? So I'm like, I can't give that many to Iowa.
Is there ever such a thing as too many fidget spinners? I don't think so.
Well, they're all gone. They're all gone right now. They were the hit of the. I passed one around. The last one I passed around, and I don't know where it disappeared to in the crowd of Coldwell Banker real estate agents, but it's gone. It's in the.
So when you say all, do you mean like all that you took, or all like the half a dozen that you took to Iowa?
Wait,
Because you
say
had a
it
box
again.
of like 100.
No, I didn't give all of those away.
Okay.
I can't
Just
be
checking.
that generous. I still have.
Okay.
Well, I took 5 of them there, and I got rid of all 5 of them, so I have
Oh, okay.
95 remaining.
Just clarifying. Okay, because I took a few to my office too. My people at my office, I think, are going to start being listeners. Like, you have a podcast? I'm like, yeah, I've only been working here 2.5 years. Like,
Isn't
you
it
know that?
amazing when somebody says to you, and you probably do talk about it, not a lot, but you probably do mention it every once in a while. When somebody comes up to me and says, I didn't know you DJ, I'm like, I've been DJing for 30 fucking years. What do you mean you don't know I DJ?
Do I have to beep that out? How many years you've been DJing? No,
Well, that's up to you, Strickland.
Well, you started when you were 5 years old.
I can't. Oh my gosh, I got to go back and just say, wow, Stephanie Sursland she is coming on the show. I actually sent her a link. This woman has got her shit together.
I love that.
I mean, more so than we actually could even possibly imagine that she would have
Yeah?
it together. Stephanie is like one of those extremely friendly, very overly enthusiastic about everything, and not overly, but sometimes you think, can this actually be real? I mean, is this like a real person? Is this legit that somebody could actually be this up all the time? She runs an office the same way that she is when she sends us emails, like 1,700 exclamation points. you know how her emails come, right?
Oh, yeah,
it's like she comes in a level of enthusiasm. It's just tremendous, and that's how she runs her office. She's got, I don't even know how many agents. I'm going to say somewhere between 50 and 70 agents, I think, are in her stable, and they're all just so captivated by her management style. She is probably one of the best managers that I've ever had an opportunity to work with. People love her. She's fair. She's realistic with her expectations. She sits down with agents, which is so rare to find out. She sits down as a manager with the agents, reviews like their goals for the year, and then reviews them throughout the course of the year. She's just a really legitimate, just a great manager. Not to mention, she's a wonderful hostess of of bringing a speaker in. I felt like a king when I went there. I didn't have to do anything. She took me out to dinner, with a whole crowd, bought me drinks, fed me, wined me, dined me, everything.
That is high praise, Doug. That really is. That's excellent.
I know.
I'm
For
so
as many
glad to
things,
hear it.
I had never felt like so welcome anywhere in my entire life. I sent her this mess of flowers, this whole huge pile of flowers. I don't even know. I just went to the florist and just said, I don't care. Here's my money. Just send her everything.
Probably better than you're going to be treated when you pull up to your Enterprise speech in a Hertz rental car, right?
Well, interestingly enough, so speaking of which, they reached out to me. They said, hey, we just want to finalize the details for your rental car.
Right.
So I didn't mention to them that I don't know if those that manage Enterprise, where I'm actually going to speak in Tucson, listen to the podcast. I hope they do. But it's so funny because the comedy of errors that I went through, not realizing what the fuck, why did I rent a car? And then why did I rent a car not through Enterprise? I have no idea. Just a complete brain spasm. I have no idea. So, I get like the most economy car that you can possibly get if I'm renting it on my own. And I forget which one it was, but it was like they got me like a 4-wheel drive, like the
nice.
They got me an SUV.
Sweet.
I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of rims I pull up in.
Little spinners, right?
Yeah,
spinning rims.
Yeah, I'm excited about doing Enterprise next week, and I will be there. Depending on when you air this or when you edit this, I don't know when it's going to be, but I will be there this week. And you, of course, are spending another time heading out to Vegas. So congratulations, Strickland! How you've accomplished this, I have no idea.
I am playing on Saturday, tomorrow, as of the day of recording this. I'm playing a 5.5-hour wedding. Okay, which, by the way, for
that's a lot.
Comparison reasons, most weddings are 4 hours. I'm doing a 5.5-hour wedding. Right. I'll be getting home after packing everything up, probably about 2:00 in the morning, and I have a 6:15 a.m. flight.
Oh no! So hold on a second. So fortunately, you only live about 15 minutes, if that, from the airport.
Right.
But so you're going to get home around 2:30 probably after you're packing up your gig, and their flight is actually at 6:15.
Right. So I got to be at the airport by like 4:45, 5 a.m.
Right. And I'm sure, are you doing the remote parking?
I doubt it. I'm probably either going to get a ride or get an Uber because I'm so close. I mean, I don't know that my wife's going to want to get up that early to give me a ride to the airport. She probably will, but if not, I'll just. Of course, I don't know if I can get an Uber at 4:30 in the morning. I shouldn't. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't thought about it.
You haven't thought about it yet. It's tomorrow.
Yeah, I better work on that.
You haven't thought about it yet.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. So you're not. I'm assuming you're not even going to go to bed. Why? What's the purpose of sleeping for 2 hours?
Yeah, I'm going to sleep on the plane, I'm sure, yeah.
I have a really hard time with first sleeping on a plane, but second not getting sleep. I don't. Yeah. Why did
I'm dealing with that a bit now. I've really this week.
Yeah.
Man, I've been burning the candle at both ends, and I'm telling you, I'm going to be in Vegas from Sunday through Wednesday. I'm gonna take it easy. I think I'm really not gonna party that hard because I just got to catch up.
Well, and not to mention, it's a bunch of old guys now that go to Vegas.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So it's a whole different story. There's no. Remember when we used to go? When I used to go with you, we used to go out to the clubs. We'd go we'd go everywhere. We were just ridiculous, getting no sleep, figuring we're gonna, we're working hard. We're gonna play just as hard. That was like, I don't know, 15 years ago when we started going. I'm just not up for that anymore.
No, I agree. Me neither. Not so much. I do love Vegas, but not so much.
So you were in control of the flight out. Why did you make a flight that was at 6:15? Why didn't you?
Robert actually booked it for me because this is the 4-star trip. So Robert actually booked the flight for me. Now it is the direct flight. I probably would have preferred one a little later, but I believe that all the later ones were booked up. But I don't have that much trouble sleeping on the plane. I'm not going to sleep for 5 straight hours all the way through, but I will get a couple of really good naps on the plane. And I land in Vegas at 8:30. And so I'm hoping that I can get into my room early and I'll crash in the room. What do I care?
So I'm assuming this will probably be like the Tuesday episode that we're recording right now.
Exactly, yeah.
we had this plan. Let's just do the intros tonight. And then I get on. I'm like so enthusiastic about everything that's happened over the last few days. We have
and I'm like yawning, fighting to keep my eyes open. I'm like, okay, if we're recording episodes, I better get some coffee and put some Irish whiskey in it and wake up time.
All right, so we can actually use this as, if you prefer to use this as the Monday intro, then we can do that too.
We're way too far in already. This is way too rambling for the Monday intro, dude. We're here. Let's freaking do it. Let's do it.
I didn't mean to upset the apple cart here.
Well, I'm ready now. I mean, you got me all fired up, so, I mean, like, you got me all getting fired up. How's that? Let's put it that way.
So there's so
I
many
may just
things,
need a drink in between episodes.
So many things to talk about. One of the things is the absence of Rick this week, but the replacement of Rick by Jared, who left 2 email messages.
Absence of Rick.
I know. I was a little disappointed. Rick, where are you? Maybe Rick is on vacation. If I was Rick, what would I do on vacation? Where would I go? Would I be like working at some working on my illegal arms dealings activities? What would I be doing exactly?
It is interesting because when we first started about Easter eggs and everybody was like, yeah, more Easter eggs. Yeah. And I specifically said, guys,
right,
don't get spoiled. Okay, I'm not doing Easter eggs every goddamn show because then it becomes commonplace. And then if I forget, or then it's like, hey, can we have 2 Easter eggs? Hey, can we have 5? No. Okay, so don't expect it all the time. I think maybe we've gotten the same thing with Rick. I mean, we made the decision that it would be great if Rick called every week, but we didn't consult Rick on that.
No, we never did talk to Rick about that.
Yeah, so Rick, I want to clarify, we're not upset that you didn't call this week.
All.
We're just a little disappointed, maybe.
No, I miss him. What we should do is we should kind of like I do with my interviews. I have my interviews all stockpiled. So I have a whole bunch of them. We could get, if we get 2 messages from Rick, we should maybe just put 1 in the hopper for, that lonely moment that we just need a little bit of counseling, a little comfort. We need a little something a little familiar. Somebody like Rick would be familiar. As much as he yells at us, it would be great to have a familiar voice yelling at us. Kind of like what my mom used to do when she threatened to get the belt. That.
Okay, then.
Did your parents ever threaten to hit you?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, did they ever hit you though?
Yeah, a couple of times when I was young, like with the belt. It was a different age, a different time back.
Yeah,
then,
what
not
was
that
it?
often.
No, you never got you were never beaten though, were you?
No.
No, like you never got never hit in the face.
No.
So it was a rear end kind of hit.
Yeah, exactly.
I got it. Yeah, me too. I mean, same thing. I mean, I was threatened many times that the belt was coming out. I can't recall if the belt ever came out, but it would make you run like hell. It'd scare the shit out of you. If mom says I'm getting the belt, I'm like, oh shit, she's getting the belt. David, my brother, I'm getting the belt. She's getting the belt. This is it. We're in trouble. Oh gosh. God. Okay, so Strick, we got a bunch to do. We'll try to keep this high and tight this episode so that you can get onto your episode with Vegas. But what do we have coming up?
Well, I do have both of Jared's voicemails loaded up.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, we could play them now. If I haven't even listened yet, which I like. I want to hear it for the first time.
Okay. All right. Well, do we want to I came up with a whole bunch of topics. Do you want to do a speed read of the topics before we do that, or do you just want to just forego the topic reading and spinning of the wheel?
My God, it's been a long time since we did the speed read, and I do have the list here. And I mean, we're early in the Tuesday episode, but I know. Why not? Right?
Okay. All right. I say we give the listeners what they're not expecting. We give them something that should be done in order, which is the topics.
Good plan. I like it.
All right. Let me pull up the topics. As a matter of fact, I know that I have them here somewhere. What
They're
are they
in the
under?
OneNote. So easy.
I know.
To get to.
What are they? What? It's under podcast though, right? Yeah. September 12th and 14th. I had all my topics. Okay, This is a good one. I came up with this list. I was on the plane. We were about to take off, and many of them are very good, and a lot of them are about my trip to Iowa. So
yeah, a lot of them are about your trip to Iowa. That's
a lot of them, but it was a great week. It really was. It was a great week. A lot of Don't try to ever do a speaking engagement where you actually are speaking for 6 hours in one day. It's just not. It's not a good thing.
I'm doing one in Austin where I'm going to, at the end of the month, I'm going to be speaking for 3 hours.
What? Oh, are you doing one for Social Solutions
for my company? Yeah,
this is great.
The headquarters are in Austin, so I'm going down there for the summit, where we get a lot of our users that come in and talks, and I'm basically reporting for 3 hours.
So hold up. So let me ask you this: can you? Is it have to be completely like technical? Can you throw in any message or any motivation at all, or is it all technical?
Yeah, I'm doing some of that. It's a lot of technical, but I'm throwing in a little bit of message in there too. Yeah. But yeah,
I'm just thinking the part that how many people are generally in these sessions that you do? Is it a small group or a larger group?
I think it's going to be relatively small. I think it's going to be 25, 30 people maybe.
That's great. No, 25 or 30 people. That's enough to get a little energy built up in the room.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I come up with some good material, man.
Okay, I got to do that.
Throw a joke in there, too. Do something. You really could. I could see this being great, and everybody's like, hell, that's Strickland, man. That was a lot of technical information, but shit, that guy's funny. Anyway,
I'll just play episode of our podcast.
That's right. Hey, listen, before we get to the technical stuff, I know you guys have, I appreciate you guys being users of the Social Solutions data management tool. But before we get started, we're just going to throw in a dash of fuckery here. Here we go.
And then I know it just sounds like one long run-on sentence, but it's actually a podcast.
Steve-O.
Here's what's coming up on the Nice Guys on Business.
Oh, you know what you should do? You have a big topics wheel.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Okay, all right. Let's do a quick read of the September 12th and 14th episodes that we're doing right now, and then let's spin the topics wheel. Let's get onto it, and probably as a part of that, I'm assuming, can you have a last minute entry to the topics wheel for Jared's voicemail?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, Jared's voicemail.
I mean, we got to get to we have two voicemails from Jared.
Yeah.
So we got to get to one today and one tomorrow. So that'll be our topic that we pull out. That doesn't matter. Okay. I'm not even going to put on the wheel because we have to get to one today and one on Thursday. That'll be fair.
I didn't understand, but now I'm beginning to read between the lines. Is the topic wheel? It's filled, right? Is that right?
Yeah, kind of. But that's because you got so many damn topics. But we, we have to balance some things, right? Like maybe a little structure is one voicemail per episode. Okay. If we actually have a new one to listen to.
I wonder what's going to happen if Jared and Rick in 1 week leave a voicemail.
I mean, we could double up. I mean, we may need more depending on how many voicemails we get in a week. We may do more than one in an episode.
All right.
But we shouldn't double up on an episode and then have none the next.
I agree. And being that we're halfway through the episode right now, I think we should probably just go ahead and do the speed read.
Okay, we ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
It's been a while since I've done this. I hope I can remember how.
I'm ready. Focus, guys, focus. We don't have to spin the Strick reads the topics wheel spin, do we? No.
Focus, guys, focus.
Thanks, Mar. Thank you, Mar. Thank you. All right, I'll shut up. Go ahead.
Okay, here we go. We're ready? Let's do it. Okay. Strick's in Vegas again. How to tie a bow tie. My story. My struggle. Contact lenses. System too challenging for Doug. Iowa City visits include stories about Minneapolis Airport Gate, TSA check at Cedar Rapids. Wait, Des Moines is in Cedar Rapids. Timing of eating while flying. Hey, I gotta pee. We in Penn Pizza. Oh, hell yeah. Stephanie Sturzland, a guest on the show. She's everything right about America. I have to admit, I was a bit nervous. Damn, I can get used to this Iowa pace. My experience with Come and Go. Hampton Inn is my favorite tech today. Everything's just too easy. It's all about time we talk a little Heine.
Oh my gosh. Oh, so many good ones.
There were a lot of good ones in there, no doubt.
I wasn't reading along. I just wanted to hear what they were again after my writing them. I'm like, oh my God, so many good ones in there. I'm sorry for laughing, nice guy community. Hey, Strick, I noticed in one of the, you know what it was? When we sang the theme to the Partridge Family on when Randy was a part of we introduced Randy.
Yep.
You cut my part out.
Which part?
You cut my part out. I was singing at the same time, so I think
because what happened when we were both doing it, it was like overlapping and you couldn't tell what it was.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm like, hey, I was singing along too at the same time. Oh, I guess I
but see, that's amazing editing because only you know that I took you out. Nobody else even heard.
That was really good, really good. Nice guy community. You have no idea what we're talking about, but if you go back and listen to the episode where Randy is on, I think it was last Tuesday. We or whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, last Tuesday.
Whatever.
A week ago.
Yeah. So we were singing the Partridge Family theme, and nice editing, Strick. Nice editing. I just want to let you know that.
You're not complaining about the fact that I took your singing out?
No, my singing sucked actually. So it was probably a good thing that you took it out.
Okay.
All right, I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, let's do this.
Can I add another topic to the topic?
Sure, because we only got 27 already, and voicemails from Jared. Sure, why not?
I just want to add the topic Delta. I've completely changed my position on Delta.
Really?
Yeah.
Look, I've got my topic on the topic wheel. Why don't you go Delta first, and then we'll get into the topic.
Okay, so my name was called. So I'm standing in line waiting to board. I'm in like, I don't know what section it is. I don't know how they do it compared to Southwest, but I was in like unit or chapter or segment C or D or whatever, or 3. I don't remember. But I just heard my name. Doug Sandler, please report to the gate. Like, oh shit, apparently I've done something wrong.
Right.
So I walk up to the gate and the guy hands me another boarding pass. I said, no, I have my boarding pass, thank you. Oh, is this for the connecting flight? I said, because there was 2 flights. I had that one and then a connecting flight. He goes, no sir, look at the boarding pass. And I look at the boarding pass and I'm like, he just changed the seat. I mean, I don't know anything about it.
Right.
So I said, okay, but I have a seat already. Is this an aisle seat? He says, sir, it's a comfort seat. And I'm like,
comfort seat.
He's like winking at me. It's a comfort seat. I'm like, oh, you upgraded me. I get it. I was thinking, is he expecting like a 20?
Right.
Expecting a couple of bucks. Are you looking to be greased?
A little something, for the effort. Nudge, wink, wink. Say no more. Say no more.
Right. I said, thank you. I appreciate that. As a guy that doesn't regularly fly Delta, I may have to change my position on Delta. And I was just joking with the guy. He goes, I think you're going to change your position on Delta. So nice. I get on the plane. Now, it's not first class, mind you, but it is the next section behind first class, which is the comfort section. I don't know why they call it. I do know why they call it the comfort section, because everything is fucking comfortable. Oh, my gosh. So I think like the first 15 or 16 rows after first class, which is like 8 rows, the next 15 rows are these comfort class, which are bigger. I don't even know how they do it because it's still 3 seats, but they're more comfortable seats, and they have more room between the knee and the seat in front of you. Plus, they give you like the upgraded drinks, so you get drinks and you get food and you get a bunch of other stuff.
Nice.
Not only that, but nobody pays for the upgrade, or many people don't pay for the upgrade. So in my section, the row that I was in, it was me and 2 empty seats next to me.
Oh my God.
I know. So I'm like, and this is before my presentation in Iowa City with Stephanie's group. So I'm like, I am completely spread out in this entire row. I mean, I have I have my laptop out. I have all my papers out. Yeah. I'm like doing my notes, and like I have all of the tray tables flipped down. I got drinks on all of them, food on all of them. I felt like a fucking king. I mean, it was the best experience. And I'm thinking, if this is what Delta is all about, I'm all about Delta. They had a slight delay. It wasn't even a delay. They just happened to say, the captain came on in his English accent, and I don't know how to do an English accent, so I won't. But he basically said, "Hey, listen, Ed, we're having a bit of an issue with the door to the fuel tank. We can close 3 of the latches, but we can't close the 4th. Does anybody have a hammer?"
Oh no, he did not say that.
It was like that. It was like, oh, he said, "We need a bigger hammer. Does anybody have one?" He was just joking, and I thought that was a pretty funny joke that he made.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
So that wasn't to just me in the comfort section. It was to everybody that was on the plane.
Very Southwestish.
Yeah, very Southwest, and I couldn't quite pick up if he was legit English or if he was
faking the English accent.
Faking his English accent. Under an assumed name. I have no idea. Mm-hmm. So I'm enjoying this entire flight, and the entire time I'm thinking, I've just been completely wrong about Delta this entire time. I just keep thinking Delta is just not. There's like one gate at BWI. It seems like the Southwest has this
a gajillion gates.
A gajillion gates, and Delta they might have 10, 15 gates.
Right.
So not only was it not like a cattle call when they get everybody on board, nor was it like the complete shit show when you go down to your gate and have all of these people that are going with you. It was a really open section. Concourse D at BWI Airport, Thurgood Marshall Airport, is basically empty. I kept thinking, how is anybody staying in business? I mean, It's empty. But I enjoyed my flight. It was on time.
So there were a lot of empty seats on the flight?
No, just in the comfort section. The other sections was completely filled. I think they try to pepper the comfort section if you don't upgrade. So I kept thinking,
why did you ever figure out why you? Like why?
No,
were you
they
singled
randomly
out?
picked me and 2 other people because they called 3 people total, but those people must be familiar with the Delta system, so they didn't question anybody. Me and like,
interesting.
Oh no, I already have my I already have my boarding pass.
They probably looked at you and said, "That's a really tall fucking guy. He needs more legroom."
They had no clue who I was or what I was doing. They didn't know. I think what they probably see is how many times has this guy flown Delta, and if we want him to fly Delta again, maybe we should upgrade him just to see if he wants it. So on the way back, I was looking at the I don't remember the exact cost, but it was something like $60 to upgrade for the comfort class. I'm like,
that's not too bad. Depending on how long the flight is.
No, the flight was 2 hours. I wasn't doing it for 2 hours. If it was a flight to like Vegas or LA,
like 5.5 hours or something.
Yeah, Tucson, where I'm going next week, or San Diego the following week, it would be no. I would definitely pay the $60 to upgrade it. So anyway, Delta, well done. Good job. Good job, Captain. What do you call somebody that's from England? Captain UK? I don't know. What would you call somebody from England?
I don't know.
Captain Monty Python. That's exactly what he would be. Way to go, Captain Python. Way to go.
That's too funny.
All right. Anyway, you spun the wheel, and we are now ready. 26 minutes in for our first
topic, our first official real topic, and we have to get to one of Jared's voicemails before the end of the show. Should we do that right now, Jared's voicemail, and then maybe we'll get to a topic?
Yeah. Maybe. Okay, that would be good.
I'm not going to spin again because I have the topic. It's right on the wheel, and the little thing is pointing right at it. But we're waiting.
Hey, I have a question about the font that you use.
Yeah.
Behind the font.
The font are we talking about OneNote?
On the topics wheel.
Oh yeah, okay.
So behind the font, is it like some sort of material that's like a sunburst style of decorative background, or is it more of like a flat mat? I'm just trying to get a visual of what I still have never seen the topics wheel.
No, it's like each category, each topic, right? They've got their own colors. It's like felt, right? So it's different colors of felt, little felt triangles, basically, that I put on there. And so it's kind of like Velcro, where it's how felt on felt will stick.
Yeah,
but it
absolutely.
Yeah, so that's what it is. So it's like all these little, so I just pop them all on, and I've got some big ones and some little ones, and so I choose whichever topic I want on the big ones, for topics that I like and want.
If you spin the wheel too quickly, though, I could imagine that the felt could get all like discombobulated and just kind of release. Is it? I forget. Is it a vertical wheel or is it horizontal?
It is a vertical wheel, and that has happened a couple times. But fortunately, since it's just felt, you guys don't hear it, so I just pretend it didn't happen, and I just put it back on while we're talking. So
that's good. That's good. Yeah. Curious. Just curious. Just that's just how my brain works. Just trying to figure out what the topics wheel looks like.
Yeah,
when we go live on the road with this show, and we will one day, and I think that actually might be. Now I can't remember if Jared talks about that in his voicemail or not, but we are going to have to take the topics wheel.
We may be going. Where are we going to go? San Diego together in January?
San Diego in January. Tell me more.
Don't we have a turnkey podcast
Wait,
customer?
Are you coming with us?
I don't know. You tell me.
No, we could try to figure out how to make that happen. I
thought that was the plan that we were both
I didn't include
going.
you in the deal, but you're welcome to come. I figure you're working, man.
I'm always working.
That's very true. We'll figure this out. Let's get the client first. Let's get the client first.
Yeah, I guess we should get the signature before we start buying the plane tickets.
Exactly. Okay, let's do the voicemail. I'm ready.
My experience with Come and Go, which is KUM&GO, which I have no idea what the hell that is.
All right, we're gonna do that topic. That will be the first topic. But didn't you say you were?
Oh yeah, Jared's voicemail. Sorry, we got to come back to my experience with Come and Go. And if we happen to not get to it, that's our teaser for Tuesday. Is that if you really want to hear the topic of Doug's experience with Come and Go, I guess we're going to hear it. Here we go. Let's get to Jared's voicemail, which I have not heard yet. Have you listened to these?
Yep, both of them.
Okay, I haven't heard it, so let's it'll be a surprise.
Watch your volume. Just be mindful of your volume.
Sometimes was he loud?
No, I'm just saying be mindful of the volume. Sometimes they come in a little bit loud and just...
Well, I won't know until I hit play, so I guess we're going to find out, aren't we?
Very sensitive to your volume levels.
Okay, well, maybe you should pull your headphones away from your ear, because I won't be able to tell until I hit go.
Okay.
I can tell you when I'm starting, and then,
Right. Lord have mercy. This show.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. We're not so tight today. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Doug and Strickland. Free coaching Friday sounds like a good idea, but there's just two problems. I mean, you guys have done a lot of research in your demographics, and I don't remember you ever hear you saying podcasters are in it. Second thing is nobody's going to call you with a question anyway. Good luck with that. This is Jared Van Dyke.
Hey guys, I like your idea except for two things.
We don't like.
You want to do a webcast, but nobody cares about what you're talking about. And if somebody happened to stumble by and did want to hear what you're going to talk about, they're not going to fucking call in anyway. So good fucking luck with that. Thanks, Jared. That spells it out pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I love it.
I think what he's referring to, just so everybody is aware, and this is not exposition. Is that what that is?
Yeah, exposition. Yeah.
It's not exposition, but we have to set it up just a little bit. So last week I said, wouldn't it be a great idea for us to have a free call Friday where people that are interested in podcasting call in and we answer their questions about how to get started in podcasting, whether it's an equipment question or a guest management question or scheduling question, whatever. And, we thought about it, but of course, Strick and I, neither one of us took action on it. So
not yet. We've been busy.
Yeah, it's going to die a slow death, I'm sure. We'll keep, but Jared will keep it alive, which he has just done in the voicemail. Then we'll be fine. So we'll be reminded of it. So
for those of you who don't know, and just to clarify for Jared's message, Doug and I run a company called Turnkey Podcast, where we can take people that have no idea what they're doing with podcasts and get them up going. But what's interesting is our focus is not really podcasters. It's not people that have a podcast already. We're really looking for businesses and people that want to create a podcast as a marketing piece, basically to get more customers, to get more business, to get more sales, to get more whatever. And we know there are probably a lot of people out there who are like, I don't even know where to freaking start. I wouldn't know what to do. And that's what we help you with. So that is a plug, by the way.
That was really good. I was like, this sounds like a commercial, but I'm going to let it go.
Yeah, that's our plug for Turnkey Podcast. We're sponsoring ourselves today.
TurnkeyPodcast.com. Okay, we'll put
can
a link
you talk
in the
to
show
those
notes.
two podcast hosts? Because if Turnkey Podcast is going to host a podcast, I want our ad in there like well before 32 minutes into the goddamn show.
Very true. Very true. What a horrible job as a podcast host of plugging. What would this be called? The end roll? I mean, what is this exactly? the overroll.
Nobody's going to listen this long.
No. Well, no. People do like to listen. It's either going to be Steve O'Brien. Steve, I appreciate you still listening because he's going to listen for the last 2 minutes, 30 seconds of the show.
Right.
Or somebody that obviously is drunk and fallen asleep and can't find the off or pause button in their podcast. Is somehow we've managed to almost get 1 million downloads of people not listening to our show, though, which is ridiculous to think.
No idea.
So anyway, so he mentions a couple of things. One, we don't really know our demographics. That is true. We don't,
True.
but that's okay. We don't need to know our demographics to know the people that have products and services who
Do you know what Jared does?
I have no idea.
Me neither. Hey, Jared, we don't know our demographics. Why don't you help us out and tell us what your demographic is? Because you listen.
Wait, we should know.
We should.
I think Jared is oh shit, you know what? Jared is I believe he's a contributor to our Patreon account.
He is.
I believe that he is.
He
but
totally
I
is.
did notice also, not to take anything away from Jared. Jared, thank you for your contribution, your support, and your voicemail. We'll get back to it in a second. We were fucking totally joking about Prash, and I took him out to lunch. He should boost his Patreon contribution.
Yeah.
He fucking doubled it.
Oh, no, really?
I feel horrible.
Oh, thanks, Prash.
Thanks, Prash. We don't feel horrible enough to give it back.
We didn't mean to guilt you into that or anything, but, it's all good.
Thank you,
It's all
Prash.
good. And Jared actually just joined the Facebook group, too.
Oh, nice. Thanks. Maybe he will even help Paul and Tennessee Tim out.
As the co-mayors.
Wait a minute. Hold a second. It's not patient zero Paul, but it's actually original fan Paul.
Original Funkin' Fan. The original Funkin' Fan. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a much more complimentary nickname than
rather
Patient
than Patient Zero Paul.
Yeah.
Very true. And those guys have been doing a bang-up
it's like
job, too.
Paul Morena started the plague, right? He was patient zero, and now we have all these other listeners that can't get away because they've been infected.
So what's great about it, Rick did start the voicemail cavalcade, so he has started it, and since then we've had Tim has chimed in with focus, and now Jared is chiming in. Thank you. And this is how the love gets spread. That we start one little bit at a time. So he did take a little shot at us saying we don't know our demographic. That is quite true.
It's
and then
true,
the second one is, again, very, very true. Even if we knew our demographic and asked them to do it, nobody's fucking going to do it anyway because nobody chimes in.
Exactly. So Jared obviously is a loyal listener because he knows us better than we would like him to know us. Yeah.
Thank you, Jared. Keep them coming, buddy.
Y'all. Focus.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you.
Well, we're 35 minutes in. Maybe we ought to just wrap it up here.
Oh shit! You don't want to do the come and go?
Yeah, we can do it on Thursday. We're going to tease it for Thursday.
my gosh,
experience with come and go on Thursday.
Yeah, that's a biggie. If you think that it is you could be thinking many things. I mean, come and go. I mean, if you aren't from this neck of the woods where I was from, you might think it was a house of ill repute, and it could be.
Yeah, I don't think that's legal in Iowa, is it?
I don't think there's many things that they even care about in Iowa. You could do a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm not sure that they would actually even know that you did it. You're in almost the square center of the well, it's not really a square center. Let me take a look at a map. Any idea where Iowa is on a map?
Not really.
I mean, I believe it's below Chicago.
It's Midwest, right? I mean, I believe it's considered the Midwest, and I think it's near the Midwest. But yeah, that is definitely one of those Midwest states that I'm like, I think it's square. I couldn't point it out on a map. Probably. I mean,
it's not exactly square. It's not as square as, say, like Wyoming, which is 2 states over to the west. But it is. It's below Minneapolis. It's not too far from Chicago. I mean, not too far. It's west of Chicago, due west of Chicago. Yeah, I mean, it's not as far. It's not like total Midwest like Kansas or Missouri or Colorado or Nebraska, but it's right there.
Well, it is below Minnesota. I think of Minnesota as like, basically the Great White North almost. It's right next to Canada.
It's below. I mean, it was a wonderful place to visit. Not to mention that you can get a house for a couple $100,000 for a good size house. A house that here on the East Coast would probably cost you $500,000 or $600,000. I just am so tired of this traffic. I said I called out to Stephanie, who was in the back of the class. She was helping people as they were entering the room just find seats and stuff. And there was probably about, I don't know, 50 or 60 agents or something like that in the room that I was training in my couple of day training session that I was out in Iowa. And I said, I really enjoy being here. Part of my introduction is I really enjoy being here. But Stephanie, I'm not even gonna kind of help you tell the people that are in this room where I would rather be, but just answer for them. Where would you rather be? And she yells out, "In your pajamas at home." I'm like, exactly. That's, everybody loves it. It's like, oh, she really knows him. Yeah, I totally would rather be in my pajamas at home, but I have to make a living and I enjoy doing what I do. So I'll do that a couple of times a month if I need to. But there's no place I'd rather be, Strickland, than with you podcasting on a Tuesday or Thursday in my pajamas, sitting at my desk, looking at, the internet and doing stupid shit with you and doing this and making money on Turnkey Podcast. I mean, life is pretty good.
Well, you did kind of hint at, after we did 2 weeks ago, we did our episodes on Southwest Airline. We were actually on the plane. And the next week you basically said, it was nice doing a podcast right next to you, but I'm happy I'm home now, 40 miles away from you now. So, yeah.
I don't mind being away from you. I mean, I like being with you, but can't I just be with you 40 miles away from you? I have the ideal
comfortable distance.
I have the ideal circumstance right now, although I'm a little bit fearful for making this next comment because my wife now, she has informed me that she has listened to a couple of episodes of the show and she's probably listening to this one now because...
Oh boy, that's dangerous.
Right. Well, let me make the comment anyway because she knows how I feel about her. She knows I love her and that there would be no replacing her if something, God forbid, has ever happened to her. But I am for the next week or so, and for last week, there was nobody here. She's on the road. She's touring a whole bunch of venues, as I told you.
Oh, right,
through the South, right in the midst of all the crap that's going on with Irma.
Yeah, Hurricane Irma.
Jeez, all the crap that's horrible. It's going on.
Crazy.
Anyway, I love her dearly, but I also I'm okay with being alone. Is that bad?
With what?
I'm okay with being alone. Is that bad too?
No, I totally think that when you are in a relationship or when you have kids or when that the time that you have by yourself makes you appreciate your time with your loved ones that much more. And I know that sounds like totally like motivational poster, shitty-ish, whatever, but it's totally true. It's totally true.
Oh, speaking of which, we have a let's see, when is Tommy Lama? When is Tommy Lama coming on? Tommy Lama is coming on the show.
Tommy Lama's Wednesday. That's
Wednesday,
tomorrow.
So it's tomorrow's show.
Tommy Lama is definitely feeling the love.
What a great lead into unmotivated. So tell me your feeling. Did you because I know you've edited that episode already because you're heading out of town and you've listened to it. So tell me your thoughts. I mean, I thought the guy was good. I mean, I'll give you mine before you even know what direction I'm going. I just want to tell you that I like the guy. I think he's a really interesting comic. I think it's very challenging when you have a guy that's a comic being interviewed by a guy that's not a comic and kind of, I wasn't stepping on him, but I was just giving him I was asking him questions looking for a legit answer and then he's like gets into his act, right? Isn't that what happened?
You know what's interesting? And this is funny because I just heard this comment like 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe. I don't even remember who said it, but it was somebody who was doing interviews and he was interviewing a comic, and I don't even remember specifically who the comic was, but it was somebody pretty famous that is known well. And beforehand, the comic said, "Look, I just want to let you know, I'm not that funny.
I'm not that funny, right?
I'm not really all that." And the other person, I think wasn't it Randall? Randall Kenneth Jones?
Okay, well, keep going.
Who's in freaking Naples, by the way? I just thought of that.
I know. He's sent a couple of messages that's he actually has some really great interviews lined up. He's got I think he said he's able to connect with Susan Bennett, who is Siri. And he's going to have her on the show, and another couple. I can't mention any names because I probably shouldn't even have mentioned Susan Bennett because who knows what with the storms, what's going on, and when she's going to be able to reschedule with him. But he's got a whole bunch of stuff. Well, was he saying something about?
It was I can't remember who the comedian was now, but he basically was going to interview somebody. I'm pretty sure it was Randall. We'll give him the credit whether it was him or not. And the comedian said, "Hey, look, you know what? I'm really not all that funny." And they were like, what are you talking about? You're hilarious. He goes, I've got an act, okay, and that's my act, and I appreciate that you think my act is funny. Like, obviously, a lot of people like it, but just one-on-one, I'm kind of shy, I'm a little reserved,
bit introverted.
Yeah, I kind of felt that way about Tommy. Not that he's introverted, right, but that just talking one-on-one to him, I don't know that he thinks of himself as a funny guy, because his act, like this character that he's created, this Tommy Llama character. Oh my gosh, it's freaking hilarious. It's like the anti-Doug Sandler, basically.
Right.
If you took Doug Sandler and Tony Robbins and put them together and then did exactly the opposite, that's this character. And it's freaking hilarious. But it is funny because you can really hear the difference between him and the character. So
yeah, he steps
I think
in and
that's
out
how
of
I
character.
felt about it.
Right. So it's an interesting interview. Nice Guy Community. You'll be the judge. You'll hear it. The interview is tomorrow, and this is a really good setup for it. He has this whole act that he takes out to, and he's got a great niche market. I mean, he is literally talking to corporate America about who could potentially be sick of hearing motivational speakers come out, and they bring him out as like their evening of levity if they're having a conference and they have all these motivational speakers. He's the guy that's going to come in potentially to be the unmotivational speaker.
Right. Tommy Llama is like the demotivational speaker.
Yeah, Thank
exactly.
you. That's the word I was looking for. So so that is tomorrow. All right, so why don't we just wrap up here? We've done absolutely well, we almost did.
Yeah, we
nothing.
did a little bit. We did a speed read of the topics. We got to and we got to the voicemail.
Before just a comment about that, we've done absolutely nothing, and I really need to stop saying that, because we should probably as a couple decide that we're not going to say that anymore. Although,
focus, Doug, focus.
Right, thanks, Mar. That is the reality. I was having a conversation with my wife who tonight is in, I think, Nashville or somewhere in Memphis or somewhere in Tennessee.
Oh yeah, like we told you, that was the topic that you were trying to get to like 5 minutes ago, and how many have we gotten off on? I totally forgot you even said that.
Right. So she's listening. So she's saying to me, she's like, I kind of get, Doug, I get the Monday, Wednesday, Friday show, but what is going on Tuesday and Thursday? And I said, it's like I almost, for just a second, I was like 6'4", which is my normal stature, and I felt like maybe like a 3'8" tall kid, and I'm like, I don't know, Mommy. I was like, I almost felt guilty. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what happens on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I can't figure out if our audience is attracted to the Tuesdays and Thursdays or the Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, or both. And according to Stephanie, it's everything. It's the whole thing. It's the, hey, I get to hear these guys be a little bit serious on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but it's nice to kind of just kick back and chill with them on Tuesdays and Thursdays also. So I don't know.
Well, Funkin' fans, we're going to put it out to you because we have been getting more feedback lately, just a little bit. And I know we've done this 100 times, but look, let's try it again, right? And what do you like about the show? Like, we would love to know just in general what you like and kind of specifics, but specifically in this case, it's easy because it is an A or a B. We want to give you two choices, not a million choices. It's, do you like the Monday, Wednesday, Friday interviews? Do you like the Tuesday, Thursday fuckery, or do you just like it all? Okay, 3 choices. All right, sorry. See, I can't even keep it to 2 choices.
Damn it, Strickland, I was with you. I was so with you. I'm like,
2 choices. I only need 2 choices. All right, just, do you like Monday, Wednesday, Friday? Do you like Tuesday and Thursday? Or that's all I need. Or both. Or do you like both? I just need these 3 choices. I don't need anything. Well, you could tell us if you don't like it at all. Okay, 4 choices. I don't need anything else but these 4 choices.
Or this paddle game. Or I just need my dog. Come here, shithead.
I think I know what intro is going to be on today's show.
This is what I like about it. I do enjoy the Monday, Wednesday, Friday banter. I get to be I get to adult for the day. It's not even the day. It's for 25 minutes. I get to adult.
Well, sometimes 47 minutes,
No, the Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha. Shit, I can unadult for,
all day.
Do this all day. absolutely, I could do this. Oh man! So I was on this Delta flight flying home tonight, and
oh my God, are we getting into another time? We are 47 minutes into the episode
I just
already.
thought of something. I just thought about the fact that again, a time where I just put my fucking foot in my mouth, and I don't know. Sometimes I just think I should just shut my mouth. I don't even say what you're about to say, Doug. Nobody's gonna think it's funny. You're gonna put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. So the flight attendant is taking the drink cart with another flight attendant up the aisle, one on one side and one on the other side, and they're going up the aisle, and there's a lady that ordered a ginger ale. Fine, the lady orders a ginger ale. So the first flight attendant says to the other flight attendant, "I'll get it." She makes the ginger ale, and she goes, "Here, could you hand this to the lovely lady that asked for the ginger ale?" And I thought that her saying the lovely lady that asked for ginger ale, I just thought that was a little bit odd. The word lovely, just, I don't know, you don't normally hear that coming from a flight attendant about a passenger.
Okay.
So I looked up at the flight attendant. And I said, Is that still a word? Is that still a word? And she
wow.
goes, I said it with I was joking. I totally was joking, but she totally did not take it as a joke. And she's like, what did I say something to offend you? And I said, "Oh, no. And I know it started backpedaling immediately. And then, just I don't know. Sometimes I just shut up, right?
Yeah.
Just shut up. Okay. The story wasn't going any further than that. I was just there, Doug, open mouth, insert foot. There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, I agree with that. Your take on the situation, yes.
Yeah.
Your assessment of the situation is correct, I believe, yes.
But, when I'm in the middle of trying to figure out what's the next joke I can make, I come down with this really bad case of stupid oftentimes. And I don't know when to not. I try not.
When I'm trying to figure out how to wrap up the podcast after only 49 minutes and 38 seconds, I just, you start talking and I just don't know what to do.
Are you telling me something?
Maybe.
My bell doesn't work anymore. I haven't rung my bell in such a long time.
It sounds like a personal problem. Maybe you can help that with our story about the come and go on Thursday.
Oh yeah, we'll do that.
Did Stephanie take you to the come and go?
No, but she directed me to the come and go.
Okay.
But the person at the front desk at the hotel said, if you need this, you need to go to come and go. So I'm like, yeah, I do need this. This is something that I have not had for quite some time. I need this. Where is the come and go?
Oh,
if you want to find out more about the come and go,
gotta tune in Thursday.
Nice guy community. Never underestimate the power of nice. Steve O'Brien, take us out of here.
The nice guys want to hear from you. Call 4242 DJ Doug and ask any questions you like. Well, except about the cloud. Nobody understands the cloud. Don't bring up Santa Claus either. Doug's still a believer.